Okay, guys, a quick recap on what went down yesterday. So, Newcastle went to visit Bournemouth and then they ended up playing 0-0. It was a goalless game yesterday. And then Sunderland versus Aston Villa, even despite the red card given to Sunderland, they came back to draw 1-1 versus Aston Villa. That's what I've been saying about. Red card does not give you any reason to lose a match. Yes, it doesn't. Sunderland was down with 1 man yesterday and they came back to draw Aston Villa 1-1. Was that not the same situation with Chelsea when the coach panicked? Let's move on. And then we move on to Arsenal at Emirates hosting Man City. They played 1-1. You know, that Arsenal and Man City match was an interesting match. Oh boy, I enjoyed every bit of the game, to be honest. I did. I enjoyed a lovely goal from Haaland and then a lovely equalizer from Martinelli, who was brought in, I think, late in the game. I don't know why Arteta is benching that guy, but I think since the guy formula is working for him, he should keep using him like that. Comes in the second half and then he scores. Even in the Champions League, it was the same thing. But seriously, the match was an interesting match, to be honest. It was an interesting match. Arsenal dominated the game. Yes. The ball position went to Arsenal. You know, the shots off target, they have equal shot on target, which is 3-3. And then the ball position, Arsenal dominated the game. Passes, Arsenal dominated the game. Corner kick, Arsenal dominated the game. You know, Arsenal dominated the whole match yesterday, to be honest. So I would say Man City were lucky to, go home with a point in that match. Yes, they did have their own chances and they were not able to utilize the whole thing. But Arsenal deserves the win yesterday in that match. Just that they couldn't create a reasonable chance to actually score a goal. That was why they didn't win that match and they ended up with a draw, which is a fair draw for me, if you ask. And if not for a bit misunderstanding in calculating the flight of that ball from Donnarumma, it wouldn't have been a goal from my own point of view, if you ask me, because Donnarumma came out too early. He didn't calculate the flight of the ball. He just came out and then Martinelli saw him and he chipped the ball over. He just played the ball over him into the net. Because if he would have stayed, that defender would have meet up with Martinelli. It would have been a goal either way, I don't know, but at least we would have had the opportunity to see what would have happened next day rather than him just coming out. It was a mistake from him, I would say. It was a mistake, his first mistake so far in the Premier League. It was a mistake for me, but it was a lovely match actually. I love the fact that both teams actually gave in their best, but Arsenal actually played the most of the ball. Man City were all just, relying on, defense and then counter-attack. And Haaland, oh boy, who will stop Haaland? That guy, since he stepped his leg in the Premier League, he has been making Premier League look like a light work. I'm telling you, he's the only player so far, I would say, came to the Premier League and is making it look like a light work, to be honest. Haaland, the guy should start training more on how to stop that guy. That guy is very good. And he started the ball and he was also the scorer. He started the game with a pass and then look at the sprinting. He sprint ahead of Gabriel and created a space for himself and then Renders gave him the pass and a lovely finish. Seriously, they need to start training on how to mark Haaland. That guy cannot be loose in the pitch. You can't leave him to be free in the pitch. He will cause a lot of problem, to be honest. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about yesterday matches and Arsenal matches in particular. And don't forget to give this video a like and share it out. And I'll see you guys in my next video.